Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 1st. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces, as always, and see what is going on for you. You have this unlocking card, and it says, what was locked can now be opened. You have opened the floodgates of abundance without limitation. Damn, Pisces. I definitely love that. So whatever you're working on could be a lot of success. You know, it's funny because I think for a few weeks I've been telling you, Pisces, that no matter what, even if there's with the retrograde, it doesn't matter. I would still be kind of like, don't be afraid to, put something out into the world. I think something people forget about retrogrades is that, if you're putting something out that you've been working on, like since before the retrograde or in the past, it's perfectly acceptable to start those things during the retrograde, like whatever it is. So, again, if you've been working on something for a while, I think now is the time, because I kind of feel there's going to be a lot of success for you here, Pisces, or just like a lot of good stuff coming in for you based off of this reading. I feel like there's clearly something going on maybe in your emotions here, but we'll look into that in just a minute. But you have the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Two of Wands. To me, it really looks like you're taking the lead. You even have the Emperor here as well. And I've been getting this like leadership vibe from you for a while. So, and you have the Six of Wands as well, which can also be a card of taking the lead. Queen of Wands, I look at as a leader as well, but she kind of takes the lead behind the scenes, meaning that maybe no one knows that she's taking the lead in her life, but she does it anyway. I think Pisces is good at doing things in the dark, right? So that wouldn't surprise me. I just feel like you're focused on your finances. I feel like you're focused on creating stability and creating more abundance in your life, of course. I also feel like you're, but again, I think stability is really where it's at. You had a difficult 8 years, a few years ago, you had Uranus in your second house in Aries, which is like literally the worst place that Uranus can be. In the second, the worst. In Aries, the worst. So, to me, it probably created a lot of fears or maybe some anxieties around finances, but it kind of looks like you're fixing those things. Some of you, also, if you want love, by the way, could be a Taurus. I don't really see this as a love reading, but, it could be a Taurus coming in for you. I feel like you've been getting Taurus. You have the Hierophant as well. You've learned a lot. I feel a lot of things are coming together with the Hierophant, like a lot of the lessons. Things are starting to make sense. And again, with Saturn in your sign, like, I'm so grateful that we have Saturn in Pisces. I know a lot of people freak out about that, but it's like, to me, if you work with the energy, you get the rewards very, very quickly, almost immediately with Saturn in a sign. So, what I would say here is that, Saturn, I think, has brought some reality and will continue to bring some reality to that Neptune and Pisces, crazy idea type of la la land type of energy, right? So there's like a little bit more reality. I feel also you're kind of like seeing, again, I think it brings some reality to maybe some of the lessons that you've learned. It's like you're able to say, oh, I learned this lesson in business and now I can apply it. It's like maybe before with just Neptune and Pisces, it's like you're learning lessons and you're like, what the hell do I do with this? What the hell, how is this helping me get ahead? And, I kind of feel here is like, if we look here, like, look, you go Moon, which is like a little, that lack of clarity that I was talking about, but Eight of Wands, quick success to the Emperor. It's like, you finally know what you have to do. And, this feels very good to me, this first row. You have the Two of Wands, again, another card of leadership. Two of Wands is like the solution to the Two of Wands is that he has to take the lead and he has to leave the castle that he is standing on top of and he has to get out into the world. If you're looking for love, again, I would say that you're probably going to find it in the world. So you're going to have to like leave the house, Pisces. I say this to you all the time, and you're going to have to get out into the world to find a person. This could also be a person who's coming in for you. And again, that person, I'm not saying like this person makes your life better or something like that. I think they do, but I'm just saying like, I think that there could be like a very motivating connection coming in for you, especially if it's an earth sign or a Taurus, could also be a fire sign as well. But take it how it resonates. I feel like it's something that kind of, moves you forward. It could be a person where maybe that's the effect that they have on you as well. Kind of what I'm getting here is maybe in the past, people would drag you down, or maybe you just noticed you had less energy. I feel like this person kind of boosts you up if it's a person. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Justice card. Things are balancing out. You feel like you're getting your karma. Maybe it's not really karma, right? I just feel like it's everything I said on that Hierophant. It's like everything is making sense now. Everything is working out for Pisces. So I love that. It's like you feel like things are in balance, meaning, for the longest time, I feel maybe you take an action to do something and there's just no result. And that is partially having had Uranus and Aries in your second, but also that Neptune and Pisces, very dreamy but murky. Again, I'm a Pisces. I can't even handle Neptune and Pisces, right? To me, it's very murky, very confusing energy. It brings up a lot of stories and fantasies that don't exist and, all sorts of stuff. But having that Saturn there, it's like, God, thank God. With the Hierophant, you have the Empress. Boom, right here. Definitely a divine counterpart if you're looking for love coming in for you. Definitely could be an earth sign for sure. Could be a fire sign or an Aries as well. Again, I don't know. I always say I don't know what it is with Pisces and Aries. Every single Pisces I've known has been attracted to Aries. Every single person I'm always attracted to, Aries. So I don't know. Could be an Aries. Could also be a Taurus, clearly. But I feel it would be a very abundant connection. If this is not love, which even if it is, you have the Justice card. Whenever I get these two plus a Justice card, to me it kind of represents balancing out both the masculine and the feminine. And it kind of says like you could not only have those creative Neptune crazy ass ideas, but you also have the masculine energy, the Emperor energy, whatever you want to call it, of kind of being able to take action, being able to create something in the world, business, just a creative project, something you want to do, doesn't matter. With the two of wands, you have the Three of Cups, definitely a celebration coming in for you. If this is a person, I do feel like it's a reunion in the sense that you kind of feel like you recognize this person, even though, again, this is a brand new person, I feel. So, you might feel like you kind of know this person very quickly, and, I feel like it kind of moves quickly as well. Next, in the area of what you need to know right now, you have this Journey card. It says, leaving old familiar situations. All your readings have been about this. Letting go of the past, getting away, life journey, travel, vacation. You have this Capricorn season. It says, hard work will pay off. Discipline, strategy, rigid tenacity. Weigh up every pro and con. Justice. So I feel like you know that everything is in front of you. I've been saying this to you for a long time. I also think it's interesting. It's interesting, Pisces, that what is the direction of this reading? And I would say that the direction of the reading is mostly forward, 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 forward. So everything is pointing forward for the most part, minus the Queen of Wands. So, I feel like everything is in front of you, and I feel like you need to pay attention to that. You have to let go of the past. You have the Eight of Cups, the Moon, and the Ten of Swords. I feel like, but, we just had that eclipse, and this could be you walking away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like you have to let go of the past in the sense that you have to let go of that story of things not working out for you. It's like, I feel like you have to let go of that story of, oh, I try this business and it never works. I've tried to get this job and it doesn't work. You have to get rid of that kind of like stinking thinking type of whatever you want to call it, Pisces, because I feel like that could be holding you back. I also do feel that there's a person coming after you, not from the past. I feel like it's a new person, but you see that lady, she's like picking up that cup and that guy is walking away. It's almost like you could be attracting a person who sees like what you've been through. And even if we go this way here down to the Four of Swords, you can see this lady is giving this guy here a flower. So it's almost like there could be a person coming in who kind of pulls you out of a funk. And, again, I feel like that would be a good thing. You have the Moon. So, again, a little bit of confusion. I feel like you're so close. I don't like this Moon card in the After Tarot because she's walking this way. And the Moon does not say stop. The Moon definitely says don't turn around. Don't come back down the path. Those mountains in the background, they represent an achievement. So to me, the Moon says keep going, aim towards the thing you want to accomplish and don't turn around. And I feel this is saying that. You have the Ten of Swords. Something, I definitely feel you've had some sort of difficult ending because we go like this to the Four of Swords. So this could be in a relationship or otherwise. But, you could be healing from it, and clearly there could be a new person right here coming in for you, definitely probably an earth sign, or I would say they have a lot of earth in their chart. Could just be, they might have no earth in their chart. They could just be an earthy person, right? With the Eight of Cups, you have the Strength card. You've been very patient. I feel like the universe sees your patience and sees what you've been through. I can't get away from this energy in all your readings where I feel like things are just making sense. Like everything that you've been through in your life, especially financially, especially even if you're retired, it's like you could be working on projects around the house or something and things never seem to go the right direction or go the right way. I feel like you feel very misunderstood to me in this reading. That's the word I would use. Maybe you feel like people don't understand you. All these things are rushing into my head. And what I would say here is that I feel like you've been patient and I feel like it's kind of like going the other way. It's like people are starting to understand you, right? And, that's kind of like what I get here. It's like, there's the old saying that, at first they call you crazy, then they fight you, and then you win. And there's like a million versions of that, by the way. So it's like, I kind of feel like you've been in that stage where it's like, it's almost like people are fighting, maybe not literally fighting with you, but just, disagreeing with your ideas, or maybe you feel misunderstood or whatever. And I kind of feel like you're getting to that winning stage. I hope that makes sense. With the moon, you have the high priestess. I feel like you're stepping into your true, authentic self. It's like moon is good for you, Pisces, but I feel like the high priestess is better. I feel like you're feeling like you're winning as well with that Six of Wands. It's almost like you're reclaiming your power here. You're reclaiming something. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Four of Swords. Yeah, I mean, going this way, Four of Swords, then you have the Four of Swords over here. It's like you've been healing from something for a while here, Pisces, and I feel like you're finally kind of like stepping into your true power, like I said. Next, you have this card that says Creation on it. There you go. This is from the Threads of Fate Empyrean Oracle. Full disclosure, I have a business relationship with them, but they just launched 3 new decks that are equally as awesome. And if you want to find out more about those decks, there's a link down below. I also will have a video out about those decks here very shortly. But I feel like you are kind of creating something new in your life, and it's going to move forward very quickly. That's like the thing. Here, like, I have a couple things here, Pisces, that I have to get out. Six of Wands, Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Number one, I would say that if you are, like, I kind of feel like some of you are thinking about doing something, maybe during this retrograde, like launching a new project, or maybe you're thinking about starting something as well. I feel like this is saying do it, because it's like it's going to be much more successful than you realize. I also kind of feel that, you've been hesitating on something, maybe because of past failures, like we've already talked about. So again, I feel like success is yours. I also feel like you're getting a lot of attention here, Pisces. This could be in love, and I kind of feel that this card is saying, you have the Queen of Wands right next to it. Could say you're very attractive at this time. You have the Emperor, the Empress. I kind of feel like it's saying, don't like fall in love right away with a person. I think us Pisces are really bad at that. I think we meet a person, we're like, oh my God, someone's giving us attention. I'm in love with this person, right? I'm definitely guilty of that. Even though, it's like, it could be someone who like just doesn't even pay attention to us, right? So I feel like this is kind of like saying, don't just like, make sure, I don't think, like, I hate when I hear people, and yes, I'm going to say the word hate, get over it, right? What I would say is I hate when people talk about relationships and they're like, oh, I'm going to make this next person prove it to me, and like all this other stuff, right? Because it's like, well, are you going to do the same thing? Because if not, you're creating an imbalanced relationship. Like all these people that are like, oh, I'm going to make this person wait 3 years to have sex with me. I'm like, okay, great. Good luck. Enjoy that. Enjoy being single. Again, chrisscatfood.com is being built right now. I'm starting a cat food company for all these people that say that they're waiting 3 years and like all this other BS. So congratulations. You're going to be one of my customers. I fully support your decision. Thank you. But what I would say, and people think I'm kidding, but just wait. What I would say here with the Six of Wands is that there's going to be, I think this is kind of like saying, allow people to prove it a little bit. I'm not saying make a person wait 6 months or anything, but don't just like rush right in. It's like you have a lot of attention. A lot of people want to give you attention. And this is like saying, make sure you're entering into something for the right reasons, right? You have the Eight of Wands, a lot of success for you with the Eight of Wands. I see a lot of abundance coming in for you with the Eight of Wands as well. Eight of Wands is one of my favorite cards in the tarot. It's not my favorite card, but one of. Definitely represents like quick success, things moving forward quickly. Again, I feel like you are going to be surprised just how quickly you can do something, if you're like launching a new business or something like that. I'm also getting here something about goals. Like I feel like what could surprise you is just how quickly you could, manifest something into your life. And it's like, it's like sometimes, I don't know, I've just seen it a lot of times, like having worked with a lot of businesses and a lot of companies and things like that over the years, in my other businesses. It's like I've seen it where people will set out, they'll be like, oh, we want to, make $10,000 a month. And then they end up making like 40, right? Which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like sometimes I think we sell ourselves short. We think we just set that number in our head. We're like, oh, I want to make $10,000 a month. But what if the universe wants you to make 90, right? So I feel like this is kind of saying you need to like shoot for the stars. I feel like you really need to believe in yourself more. I feel like this reading is encouraging you to be, courageous, bold, assertive, Queen of Wands, to really go for what you want, but also to multiply it by 1,000. Because again, Neptune and Pisces is crazy ass goals, crazy ass ideas. Then Saturn there is like, sure, if you do the work, you can have it. So do it, Pisces. You have the Page of Pentacles here. So I kind of feel like some sort of good news coming in for you. This could be a new person who also wants to communicate with you clearly, is what I would say. Six of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Again, I'm not going to lie. I do have the message, like, don't do what you usually do. You know, it's like maybe you meet a person and you're like, oh my God, I love you, or, you know, whatever. It's like, I feel like, again, I'm not suggesting you hold back or do anything crazy like that. Just like allow this to develop nicely is what I would say, especially if it's like a new person. You know, allow them to give to the relationship as well and things like that. I think if you just like go slow and steady, things will, you know, be perfectly fine. With the Six of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands. The more you believe in yourself, the more successful you're going to be. Again, I would be doing, you know, again, I tell people all the time, I live in a small town. People probably think I'm crazy because I like drive around. I talk to myself the whole entire time. I'm, you know, just gassing myself up, telling myself how awesome I am and all that other stuff, right? And I feel like you need to do the same thing. Brainwash yourself. Brainwash yourself into success. It works, right? Anything you can do to increase your confidence, increase the belief in yourself, overcome money blocks, things like that. I would be doing that here. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's like some sort of change in your fortunes. I do feel like things are improving for you significantly with the Wheel of Fortune. And, you know, there could be some sort of event that really kind of surprises you. I don't think this like reading is like, oh, there's some sort of big surprise. I think that something just kind of takes you by surprise in the sense that, you know, maybe, you know, especially for those of you in work or business, it's like I feel like something is like more well received than you expected. Maybe you're working on a project as well. Same thing. Same thing with a relationship as well. It's like I feel like you're finding that if you just like allow it to happen, that it just happens like so nicely. You know, it just has like this nice flow is what I get there. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords. I would be careful of a past person. You've been getting this here. You know, it could be a person who put you in a third party or something like that. I feel like you intuitively know what happened in this situation here. This person could be coming back with like, you know, wanting balance, justice, karma, whatever, going down here. But I feel like you've healed from it. So again, if you need to like block a person or whatever, I would definitely do it here, Pisces. You know, just so you kind of, because like it looks to me like you've healed to a certain point, and I feel like you don't want this person to like mess up your day. So, you know, I feel like you already know the truth here. This has been coming up for you. And, you know, again, unless you desperately want closure, you know, I would just be careful. At the end here, you cannot make this stuff up. This card says, get wild, Pisces. This is really good. You know, I feel like you need to kind of like tap into that wild side, your crazy ideas. Like I said, those Neptune and Pisces ideas. What are Neptune and Pisces ideas? They are the crazy ideas. chrisscatfood.com, notyourgrandmaspants.com, right? I have a million crazy ideas and I'm insane, right? So, and like, I don't know, I would say that I've learned over the years, like with my other businesses, that like 90% of my ideas are absolutely terrible, do not work, and most people call me an idiot. Actually, they use a worse word. I've been called the R word, believe it or not. And, you know, but though that like 1 out of 10 that works is a banger. So, you know, I feel like you need to tap into that crazy wild side, Pisces, I'm insane type of energy here and just do it. You have the Queen of Wands, the Emperor, and the Four of Swords. The Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive. She also has a sunflower right here, and that sunflower points towards the sun. It represents the fact that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She is just going to move towards her, you know, goals, wishes, dreams, everything that she wants, and she's just going to make it happen, whatever it is that she is focused on or focused on creating. So I really feel like you need to like move towards your goals, wishes, dreams, and whatever your desires are telling you. I feel like it's time for you to take action, regardless of the Mercury retrograde or any of that stuff. I feel like you need to get moving. And you have the Four of Swords. I feel like you've done a lot of healing, and, you know, now maybe it's time to wake up. And again, maybe now it's time to allow a person to nurture you for once if you're attracting love. So, you know, I would definitely go for it here, Pisces. But let's see what is going on for you here. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands. So, you know, again, it kind of gives me vibes of second chances. Like, you have to try again. You know, I think you have to let go of that old Uranus and Aries story. Even though, you know, we've been out of Uranus and Aries for a few years now, it doesn't matter. I still feel like you have to let go of some of those old stories. With the Emperor, you have the Eight of Cups. Yes, walking away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like you're walking towards fulfillment, honestly, if you're taking action. And with the Four of Swords, here you go. Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happiness, joy, fulfillment, you know, good things coming in for you. So I just see a lot of happiness here. A lot of good stuff, clearly, Pisces. And I feel like there are going to be a lot of improvements as well. So let's see. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. and we're going to see what is going on for you. You have this March card, and you have this cloud that says temporary problems. So again, maybe, I feel like you're kind of like moving past the problems of March and any issues, and I feel you're kind of like stepping out of this confusion. You have this casket card. It says someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Really, caskets in the tarot and the oracle cards, it's like inside the coffin is your old life, outside the coffin is your new life. You're like, I feel like it's just like, it might seem so hard to step into this new life for you, Pisces, but I feel like it's much easier than you realize, is what I feel like saying. It's like, it's like, I feel like maybe you see the distance between like where you are and where you want to go. It's like you see it like this, but really it's like this. So I feel like you need to realize that it's like you are much, much closer because you've done the work. Like I said, the karma, the good karma, the stuff you've worked on. I said this at the beginning of the reading. It's almost like everything is catching up, so like, you're much closer than you think. You have this club. It says someone will try to make you do something against your will. I don't think anyone can do anything against your will. You could, again, if you've dealt with a manipulative person in the past, I feel like they could be trying to come back, manipulate you. But I don't know. I feel like they're going to have a tough time here, Pisces. I feel like you see the truth of the situation. You're just kind of like moving away from it, plain and simple. You have this marriage card. I feel like you could be meeting a person you will marry again this year, just based off your astrology. Really, really good time. That having Jupiter in your second and your third, it's like, I don't think people realize like how good that is for relationships. No, those are not necessarily relationship houses, but it does not matter. What I would say, Pisces, is you just have a really good setup. Again, everything is, what I will say to you is everything, all the planets, basically everything is like in that first quarter of your chart in astrology. Now, some of you, people are always going to say, I'm a Pisces, 12th house or I'm a Pisces 7th house or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't matter. Number one. Number two, it's like, what I would say is that first quarter is like how you present yourself to the world. The whole entire quarter, that first quarter, that of the, the chart part, right? And so I feel like there's a lot of attention for you, Pisces. Makes sense that there could be a love connection coming in for you. You have this older woman card. It says dealings with relationships with an older woman. You have this bull. It says do not back down from oppositions. Show strength and fortitude. I feel like this is like your old self. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, man, whatever. I kind of feel like this old woman is just like a cranky old lady inside of you that we all, the cranky old lady that we all have inside of us, that wants to be a Karen, that wants to, not take action, that wants to say your ideas are stupid or whatever. I feel like you need to like, kind of steamroll her like a bull would. Just run her right over, right? There you go. Pisces, really good reading. Thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.